Hi guys. Ooh, I've got 41 minutes on my phone memory. Wow, that's a shocker. Okay, so we are basically going to have to move from the house that we're in. I had a lady come out who did an assessment as part of a grant scheme that isn't given to everybody. It's just given to those in severe need. She did an assessment, and basically the house needed a hell of a lot of stuff doing to the house. I'm talking like it might as well have been bulldozed down and just like rebuilt. It needed a driveway because my car is not parked up close to the house, and it's a bugger to get to when you're disabled, bad weather, snow. I got stuck trying to get to the car on my scooter, and even more so, I was out there for half an hour, stuck with wheels spinning, trying to get back to the house when the snow had worsened and we'd nipped out just for a few supplies so we weren't snowed in with nothing. Um, yeah, so basically, there's the driveway. Then I needed a wet room doing for me and also my son who's epileptic. So the bathroom needed to be completely gutted and the bath removed and either a walk-in shower or a wet room. Kitchen needed ripping out and the sides made lower so it's better for me with my mobility scooter, power chair. I would say mobility scooter, my power chair. So I could reach things to the back of the units. What else? It needed making slightly larger as well, so I could turn around comfortably without trying to take the fridge freezer with me. And then the doors needed replacing. I needed to have some that could open both ways, especially where the bathroom is, just in case a fall happens or my son has a fit, which has happened before, and I couldn't get to him. I needed a lift going from the living room into the bedroom so I could take my scooter, I'm doing it again, my power chair upstairs because I'm really struggling just to stand, just to get stuff out the drawer, like my underwear and stuff like that in the mornings. It's really hard. My arthritis is so painful and I'm struggling with stairs, up and down, but hey. Um, what else was there? Doorways needed widening because I was scraping them with my power chair. Hey, got it right. And then the back garden is tiered, so yeah, outside the back door was completely very compact to say the least to get my scooter out of the house because I've got it parked in the utility room to get me to and from the car every day or when I go out. Um, so yeah, so I've had the fun of everything. They wanted to widen the because it's just literally the path. That is my garden space. I can't get up. Oh, cat! You need to knock yourself out on my phone trying to get up. What else? I've got a cat sitting on my charger. So what else needed doing? What didn't need doing? The gateway needed widening because I was struggling and taking that with me when I was. I don't know if you can see him. There's Bob. Got to see what's going on. Yeah. So all in all, there's been an awful lot of work. The grant scheme is like 30,000. You have to be on certain benefits to even attempt to be on it. I've needed a bathroom change a good few years ago. I wasn't allowed it because they said I'm not literally, um, I'm not sick enough, if that's the word to use. Even though I was crying, trying to get up the steps, I still was like, oh, a wet nose on my arm, lovely. Yeah, so all in all, I wasn't poorly enough. So, but yeah, they give you 30,000 to do these adoptions, to get them all done. I wanted a ramp going into the back garden, and they said that the gradient was too steep, so you'd have to take up 3/4 of the garden to actually get anywhere. So that was a no-go. Just trying to think now what else. Well, that's enough to be going on with. But yeah, the kitchen was needing a huge makeover. You'd have to have some of it ripped out and doorways taken out to make the kitchen even bigger. There was a lot of work that needed doing for me, massively. And it went into the threshold of 46,000, I believe, was the grand total. And they said, because we can't do the driveway because of the gradient, and the grass that we've got in front of the house, we won't do it. And if they won't do the one that is a critical thing for me, they won't touch the rest of the house. So it's that I got told, well, you're going to have to move. So yeah, for the past sort of 3 weeks, it's been a case of looking on because it's council house, looking on their website and having to fill out a form, which I didn't know I had to do. Because it's like you get told one bit of information, but they don't tell you the rest. And then it's like when you do phone up, because it was like an hour on hold to actually get through to anybody. And then it's like, well, you need to fill a form out to start bidding on houses again. So I did that. Then you have to wait a week for the application to sort of filter through, and then on to the next week. Yeah, so all in all good fun. I tried bidding on a couple. It wouldn't allow me to do it. So there wasn't very many things applicable to me. And then this week is a brand new week, and lo and behold, I'm trying to get out of a village because, for me, it's everything is in my hometown, which is a 10-minute drive away, 10-15-minute drive. And my son is at college, and because there's not very many buses and the time of the evening when he finishes, so I have to fetch him, and I can be feeling really unwell and in a lot of pain, and I'm in pain every day, but the pain scale gets a lot higher, and I don't feel like picking him up, but I've got to, nowhere else he's going to get home else. So yeah, so it's a case of forcing myself, and everything is a big drive away. So, and if my health worsens to the point of like where I'm unable to drive, I'm really stuck, and then I'm relying on people, and I don't want to start relying on people to get me to the doctors, to the town for anything. I don't want to be stuck. So yeah, we're looking on this as a new adventure now. There's a lot of bad memories linked here with domestic abuse because I've had 2 bad relationships in this house. The latter one was the most recent and the most horriblest. And so I'm looking upon this now as leaving all these bad memories here, the bad ghosts. Every time the outside light goes on, I'm worrying, is that him in the back? Because we've got fields on the back, and he put these cameras, and cause I've got CCTV and I've got outside lights, and it's like he put them up, so he knows all the hot spots of where, and the blind spots and things like that, where he can stay hidden, and he can still stand and watch me. Not that you really see anything exciting going on, but and then yeah, I mean, my son's itching to move back, as am I really. It's a big change. There's been times where I've been really frightened of moving out of the village because it's almost like a bubble. It's nice here. Um, but a friend of mine that's a very good friend, she's moving away. So it's like I'm going to be without a lot of help. So I think I'm going to look upon it as a new start. It's important to look upon it as something positive. Then yesterday, when it came to bidding Fresh New Week and all that, they're building houses behind me, and ironically, one of them popped up, a 2-bedroomed house with a flat access so I could get in and out with my power chair nice and easy. Corner house so I'd be able to park my scooter and put like a shed side of the house and all this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh no. And, I'd even rung my parents to sort of talk about it. And, it's like, it's just sour grapes trying to sort of mess with my head. And I'm thinking, I don't want that sort of property here. Hometown would be perfect. I'm after a bungalow, to be honest. I don't want a flat. Or a 2-bedroomed house that can be sorted out. Anyway, after a lot of mither and panicking and this house suddenly throwing a spanner in the works, and I'd rather have something that's obviously brand new, that can be looked into, something for me, and ticks a lot of boxes, be it that it's an inconvenience, that it's out here still. What do I do? And then I had my housing officer phone up later on that early afternoon, and basically the OT had done a huge report on all my needs, and she was like, the adaptations that you need is massive, absolutely huge. So yeah, it's going to be worth your while moving. She's writing a report out now with the OT's report, and that's being passed on to another. See, look at the mould that I've got in my bedroom as well. This is something that they paint over to make it look like there's no problem. They just get a paint, and they just paint over it. They're not interested in repairing it. This house needs a new roof on it as well. It's due a new bathroom and kitchen, but it's needing a new roof, and I bet they'll sort the damp out for the new people. Lucky them, eh? But yeah, she's doing a report with the OT, and it'll be sent off to another department, and apparently they look for houses for people that are with specific needs, like myself, that needs an awful lot. So they asked me, to be honest, she did ask me where I wanted to move to, what areas, and I'm pretty flexible. I'm pretty flexible, to be honest. It's a need. It's a huge need. Everything is needed. I'm absolutely desperate. I've said when they asked what kind of property I would like to move into, I'd like a bungalow. First and foremost, a bungalow would be perfect because I want to do this move once. I mean, my son is 17. He could, in future years, obviously wants to move out and start a new life for himself. So I want something that I'm going to be happy with for the rest of my life, that I'm physically able to live in that house. So I've said a bungalow or a 2-bedroomed house that can be adapted with the grant scheme in mind and in the right kind of money. So that's what's going to be done. The OT with this housing part will look at houses and bungalows and see what is suitable, that can be adapted, that is suitable for me and my power chair and my crazy driving into the doorways and stuff. And obviously I want to be able to have my cats with me, So I want something with a big garden space. So I've got somewhere for my big scooter to go, as well as my son's bike and all my garden crap. Um, yeah, so it's a big ask, and with this team onto it, hopefully we shouldn't be too long moved, because I am classed as a number one in critical care of needing this, because I can't get out of the bath, so I'm having to have flannel washes every day. And I know of a lot of people that have been through this, that have needed a wet room, and they've had to fight, and they've waited years and had to have years of flannel washes, and it's horrible. You don't feel clean. Um, it just affects your mental health as well, and it's not very nice. But yeah, I've got stuff that I've bought for the house, that like new light shades. I was going to decorate everywhere when I could get, with lockdown, it's like I was buying wallpaper and light shades and little things for in this house, because I was thinking, oh yeah, the grant scheme will go ahead, it'll all be fine, it'll be tickety boo. But no, they said that the drive area that I'd be looking at for this house would be far too steep, so it would be very dangerous. Um, yeah, so it wouldn't solve a problem, it'd just create another one, spending money. And I've also got to forget new builds, brand new builds anyway, because they have a 10-year guarantee. And if they've got to start ripping a kitchen out to put it in to suit me and my needs, or widening doorways, or putting something in for me, like a wet room, because the house isn't adequate for that, then the housing association will then get billed for, the house would be prone for subsidence, because a house has got to settle. It's got to take 10 years to settle. Um, so there's that to take into account. So it won't be a brand new house, but I'm happy to have whatever. It's, so long as it's suitable and it's in a niceish area, I've got people either side of me that are okay and not funny buggers, because I've had plenty of that over time. So yeah, just a simple garden will do me. I'd like to be able to get my garden people in if it's something that needs a bit of a makeover, get it all taken out and have it sort of like a blank canvas. But we'll have to see, because obviously money's money at the end of the day. But I'm hoping it won't be something like a big garden. This house has a big garden, huge garden space, and it's too big for me, and it just feels all wrong, this house, for me now, because it's not to my needs. So it doesn't work with me, it works against me. So yeah. Um so let's see, shall we? Fingers crossed I haven't got to wait too long. I'm slowly packing a little box and sorting through things every day. I'm finding things absolutely exhausting, to be honest, but I'm doing the best that I'm able to do. So anyway, I'm going to love and leave, because these cats are moaning at me that they want feeding. Yeah, so I'll say tra for now, but I just thought I'd fill you in on what exactly is happening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me moan. Bye for now, guys. Bye.